Okay, welcome back. I thought I'd show you how I put the connector on here. This is the autopilot that we just did the CAN bus daisy chain on. I'm going to adjust the camera here and I'll show you what we got left to do. And I think that's going to work for you there. So what you get with your connector kit, with everything, all this Garmin stuff, will come with I think they call these the back shell. It's got the two small screw holes there for this clamp, and then the two big holes. This is a 9-pin connector, of course. The two big holes then are for screws that we'll use to clamp down the shield drain with a ring terminal. So the first thing you do once you get it all pinned in and pins are inserted into the connector, you want to double check everything, of course, make sure you got everything right. You can kind of ohm out some of this stuff with the tester if you want to see that you got stuff in the right spot. Anyway, next thing then is underneath here was where that daisy chain was. So you can see here's CAN bus wire here, and then this is the other one coming off here. But those two go together where we soldered them up here. There's the two shield drains. And it just so happens that, and the length is not critical, but it's nice when it works out this way that they're right underneath of the clamp. That's why you want to make sure you don't have a bunch of extra solder or any sharp bits that are going to pierce through the heat shrink and cause a short. But anyway, so you want to set it in there first, and I've already got that red fusion tape on there. But you want to set it in there before you do that and figure out where the clamp bar is going to go. And then that's where you want your fusion tape. Your fusion tape doesn't have to be really tight. It sticks to itself. And it's just a cushion so that you put the clamp bar on there that it's going to clamp down and hold everything nice and steady so it's not going to move around. So I've got that wrapped on there. I just kind of eyeballed it, then I took it out, wrapped the tape around it. Now I'm ready to put it back in there. And then I'll put the clamp bar on. It's got a top and a bottom. You want the smooth rounded side to point down so that it's not biting in or cutting the insulation and that fusion tape. Then all the screws that they give you will have some form of thread locker on them. And I'm just holding it in place there and getting one screw started. Put the other one in there. And you can put the other part on first if you want, or you can do this either way. I'm going to show you that here in a second. So it's got this cover part that goes on there too. Just going to just kind of snug that up, and then I like to eyeball and make sure that the clamp is coming down even. It's not yet, but that's okay. I'm not done yet here. I'll tighten it up a little bit more. So that's the first part of it. Then I want to look up here and make sure that I've got it pulled in where it belongs. And you can see there it's kind of sticking out a little bit. So I'm going to tug on it just a little bit to try and push it back in there where it belongs. And then this is why you might want to put this on first. I think I've done it both ways. So that has a little lip that holds that 9-pin, actually I guess it's a 15-pin. That holds the connector into the back shell, and then you've got the two small countersunk screws that hold that on. And they've also got Loctite on them. And then I'll show you my little screws that I use for the ring terminal shield drain part of it, and I dip those in Loctite too. Got that on there, making sure that this is got the hooks that go around the connector. Everything looks good there. Then I can snug these up. And I'm not going to show you this now. I don't know if I did the other day, but I would put one ring terminal. I put both of these shield drain wires into a single ring terminal like I showed you on that last video. And then that ring terminal will get screwed right in here with one of these little tiny cap screws is what I use. And then I just put a little blue Loctite on them. So once I get the ring terminal on there, then the cap screw goes through the ring terminal and clamps down there. all that's doing, what you're trying to do with all of this CAN bus stuff, is to provide as much shielding to those conductor wires, the communication wires, so that it gets grounded to the connector, and so then as the wires come in here, they're not shielded from that point forward, but then the connector is kind of providing a shield. That's the way I understand it anyway, or the way I think it works. That's it. We'll see you next time.